Okay, so the clutter problem in my house did not start in the junk drawer. Oh, how I wish it did. But it actually started way before that. And once I figured out the real entry point, I felt like I finally heard the secret nobody tells us. Hey there, my name's Tracy Lynn, and I teach midlife women and men how to right size their homes so they fit the lives they're living right now. And today I'm going to lay it all out in the open because nobody really talks about this part of clutter. Not the junk drawer or the overstuffed closet, although trust me, I had those for years, right? Now, what I'm talking about today are the innocent little purchases that slowly make our homes harder and harder to manage. And the worst part is, I actually thought I was helping myself. I believed if I could just organize better, I could somehow magically create more room for all of my stuff. So I kept buying organizers and I kept rearranging cabinets, moving things around 6 ways to Sunday. Then, I kid you not, I would bring in more containers and start the entire process all over again. Meanwhile, all I was doing was spending money trying to make too much stuff fit into cabinets that were filled with things I no longer needed. Talk about a mic drop moment. But my whole point is, I think that's what so many of us do. We buy things because they're on sale, right? Or we buy things because they promise to solve a problem. Or we buy things because some adorable 27-year-old on Instagram has a pantry that's like a teeny tiny little grocery store and has somehow convinced us our entire lives will be so much better if we had matching acrylic containers. Is that just me? And probably, but when we bring it all home, we're standing there trying to shove more into a cabinet that already sounds like an avalanche every time we open it. Now, don't laugh too hard, but that was actually me for years. Because for the longest time, I thought my clutter problem started after the stuff came into the house. Nope, turns out it started way before that. It started in the Target clearance aisle, or it started with the buy two and save ribbons you see on Amazon. Or it started every time I thought, oh, yes, this is going to make my life easier. Meanwhile, now I have 3 vegetable choppers. I have 2 label makers, a big one and a small one, because apparently I think I need both of them, and enough food storage containers to feed a church potluck of 300 people. And listen, this is not me pretending I suddenly became some minimalist woman that owns 7 beige sweaters and 1 emotional support wooden spoon. Absolutely not. Actually, I don't own anything beige. I like color. I like prints, right? And honestly, I still go into Target for toothpaste and leave with random nonsense from the dollar spot because apparently my brain still thinks, wait, it's only $3. I can make it fit, right? Yes, I'm proof. Old habits die hard, or sometimes in my case, not at all. But what has changed, and this is important, is now I stop and ask myself this one question. Where exactly is this thing going to go when I take it home? Because for years, I never asked it. I just kept bringing stuff into the house without even considering where I was going to keep it. More coffee mugs. Oh, you already know I have that problem. More organizers. And yes, more of those magical wrinkle creams. And definitely more clothes because apparently every time I got aggravated with life, I thought, you know what's going to fix all this? Another top. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. What it does do is it gives you an emotional boost for approximately 14 minutes? Absolutely, it does. Until you get home and realize your closet is already so packed tight, even adding 1 more hanger could collapse the entire system. And then what happens? You shove the new shirt in the back somewhere because that's the only place it'll fit. And then you forget you even bought it. And then you stand there the next morning and think, I have absolutely nothing to wear. And the truth is, I think many of us buy things for the person we hope we are, right? Not the person we actually are right now. And before anybody gets offended, I'm including myself in this conversation heavily because fantasy life, Tracy Lynn, is a woman who meal preps every Sunday, makes organic popcorn every night, wears trendy outfits, drinks lemon water, and has a perfectly organized pantry. But real life, Tracy Lynn? Well, she eats skinny pop on the couch in stretchy pants while watching Netflix documentaries and yelling at the dog to stop barking at absolutely nothing. Yes, a very different woman. Okay, Hold, please, while I grab my new blue jean skirt and tell you my story. Hang on. I guess I should have kept it closer. Okay. Let me tell you. Look at this blue jean skirt, okay? It looks cute, right? It looks adorable. I have to tell you, this thing weighs like 15 pounds. I kid you not. It's the heaviest blue jean I've ever seen in my life. So if you put it on your waist, it falls down really low. And you would think, oh, not a big deal. Just put a belt on. Hello, there are no belt hoops in this skirt. I kid you not. So here's what happened. Some adorable 27-year-old online had this skirt on with these really cute boots, this adorable crop top sweater, and her hair done in a ponytail the way I like to wear my hair. And it looked like she spends her Saturdays at some bookstore drinking expensive coffee. And I thought, oh, yes, this is me now. Until it arrived. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there's no way I'm ever going to wear this. But wait, it gets even better. It is so long that I have to roll it up so it doesn't drag on the ground. And this is the right size. I kid you not. So I put it on and I'm standing in the mirror and I look like I'm getting ready to churn butter on the Oregon Trail. So I go to return the skirt, right? I go back to the website to return the skirt. And down in this teeny tiny print, it says all sales final. Print so small, I could not see with my readers on. So now this giant denim tarp hangs in my closet as a reminder that fantasy life Tracy Lynn and real life Tracy Lynn are sometimes two very different people. But that right there, that's exactly what I mean. We buy things for lives we're not living or we haven't been living for years. And realizing that, at least on my end, was so eye-opening for me because now I started seeing it everywhere, especially in my bathroom. Now, I know I mentioned this before, but we're going to talk about it again because I have 12 bottles of Miracle Neck Cream that I'm storing and hanging on to. Breathe, Tracy, because apparently every single one promises to make my neck look 20 years younger. And every time I buy one, I become fully convinced, yep, this is the one that's going to work. Meanwhile, all I created was an inventory stock that I could use to fund a small vacation because those neck creams, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. And don't even get me started on backup products. Why do we act like shampoo is about to disappear forever? Okay, that one might just be me. But at one point, I had 4 open bottles of shampoo in my shower. 4. And somehow I was still buying more because they were on sale, right? And even in the store, I'm thinking, do we need shampoo? And the argument is always the same. Doesn't matter. We're going to use it either way. But that right there, that's the problem. That's the part that's so sneaky because clutter is not just created by one thing. It's the constant adding without removing. All right, hold on just a second because that last sentence, that was huge. So let's say it again with those magical words that pop up on the screen. Clutter gets worse when stuff keeps coming in, but nothing is leaving. All right, that is the part that really changed everything for me because clutter is not always junk. Sometimes clutter is just too much stuff, right? Too many choices, too many duplicates, too many things competing for space. And after a while, your home starts feeling stressful, even if technically nothing's wrong. And oh my gosh, the groceries. Oh, can we talk about that one for a minute? Because I love a food deal as much as the next person does. But at one point, my pantry looked like I was preparing to survive a minor economic collapse. Cereal on sale? Oh my gosh, better grab 6. Crackers on sale? Absolutely. 4 more, please. Snacks nobody even likes anymore? Well, it's a good deal. Somebody's going to eat them, right? Meanwhile, I've got boxes open all over the place, food shoved behind food, and cans that disappeared in the back, never to be seen again. And half the pantry looked like a scavenger hunt just happened. It was a hot mess. And then I would stand there overwhelmed, trying to figure out what the heck I was going to make for dinner. That was another huge wake-up call for me. Because clutter, oh my gosh, it's exhausting. I'm exhausted just talking about it. When you have too much stuff in a space, you can't see anything, especially what you're looking for. So you start digging around, trying to find what it is you need, making a huge mess. And I think that's why so many women hit a wall in midlife. We're tired. We're exhausted. We do not want to manage 27 coffee mugs anymore. Our cabinets are packed so tight, you need to perform surgery to even find a frying pan. We want breathing room. And that right there, that's exactly what right-sized living is. not getting rid of everything or becoming a minimalist, not living in sad beige homes with one decorative leaf in a vase. It's learning how to make your home breathe again so it fits the life you're actually living right now, today. And part of that means paying attention to what keeps coming into your home. So now, before I buy something, I make sure it actually fits the life I'm living right now, my actual real life. Because if the answer is yes, buy the thing. If you need 3 more food storage containers and actually have room for them, great, put them in the cart. If you need jeans that fit your body now, instead of keeping the small jeans that are so tight your legs go numb when you wear them, fantastic, buy those babies. But if the answer is no, put the thing down and walk away because your home needs to fit, right? And that one shift can completely change the way everything feels going forward. Whew, how come I get so out of breath when I do these videos? Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you like this video and I hope it helped you look at your clutter a little bit differently, because sometimes the problem is not what's already in the house, right? Sometimes it's what keeps walking through the door every time we go to Target. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because that really does help my channel grow. And if you haven't done so yet, what you waiting for? Get subscribed, hit that button down below, because I like to share videos that are funny, poke fun at myself, and share tips on downsizing, right sizing, and all the ridiculous ways our homes get so out of control in the first place. Oh, and one last thing. If making decisions is the part that's keeping you stuck, make sure you grab my free resource guide down in the description below. It'll help you sort your stuff without overthinking every single spatula and storage container that you own. Okay, that's officially it. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.